Nothing. I just I closed the next few Saturdays and I was off tonight, so I was figuring, hey, might as well go live and see if anyone wants to chat today. And I lost my shirt. I don't know where my shirt is.
I'm off tomorrow as well too. So.
Oh no, I work tomorrow, but
yeah, I'm off tomorrow and I start at 4:30 p.m. on Sunday. So yeah, I think I'll get quite a few. I got what I got? I got 6 bone shakers, 1 headstock, and 1 upside IPA.
Nice. What do I have out today? I have a bunch of stuff that I'm just trying to get out of the fridge. So we have Co-op Gold's Pilsner to start.
Yay. Is that from over there?
This is from the Co-op here, yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's from a grocery store chain, Sherwood Co-op.
Really?
Well, Prairie Co-op is what it is.
Grocery store chains have beers there?
Oh, yeah.
Are they any good?
They're okay. The Superstore's beer is still cheaper. Like, No Name beer is cheaper than Co-op Gold.
Yeah.
So I would buy No Name over Co-op Gold because No Name is... You get it cold, it's cheap, it gets you drunk, it does its job. This stuff's the same. You get it cold, it's cheapish for Saskatchewan prices, but it's not cheap, right? Like I can get a 24 pack of No Name beer, either No Name Light or No Name Regular, for $38.99. These are $12.99 a 6-pack, so it would be like $50 for a 24 pack. So better price for me to just buy the No Name.
Okay.
Plus, I shop at the Superstore more than I shop at Co-op because the Superstore is actually cheaper than the Co-op.
Well, what tastes better, the Co-op?
I think they're arguably close to the same. They're both basically brewed by the same people too. I mean, the No Name beer is brewed by Big Rock, and this stuff is brewed. It says it's a Saskatoon brewery, which would make me think Great Western. But I've also seen that it's brewed at District here in Regina. But I don't think District has a big enough... I don't think they have a big enough capacity to do that. But maybe they do. I don't know.
What did Guy just... Guy said, pending nighttime diaper change for the baby, then I'll hop on.
Yes, we were talking before I went on. He's the one that was like, hey, I'm free tonight. I go, okay, well, maybe I'll do a video. I'll do a live stream. He's like, well, you still have time. I go to bed at this time. And I'm like, okay, well, it'll be easier when daylight savings time happens again. You guys are only an hour different from me instead of 2. Yeah. So, because Saskatchewan doesn't do daylight savings time. So for half the year, I'm 2 hours different. For half the year, I'm an hour different.
Oh, yeah, it's true. So it's just 1 hour from where we're at.
Well, right now we're 2.
Oh, okay.
But when we do, October, when we do fall back, then it'll be 1.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Because, again,
that must be weird for you guys over there, unless people are used to it.
They do it for the farmers and everything, right? Because this is the farming province with the most sunlight and all that. So why change the hours? And so I get it, but yeah, it was weird to get used to. Like my ex-wife still can't get used to it, and whenever I tell her, yeah, well, for these next 6 months, we're 2 hours behind. Can we do our phone calls at this time? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Excuse me.
You've been there for how long now? Like 6 months?
We moved in February, so March, April, May, June.
Yeah, 6 months.
Yeah, it's actually been. It's almost 6 months to the day. Tomorrow would be 6 months.
And on the 10th.
Yeah, on the 10th. The 10th was the day we drove into Regina. The 14th was the day we got possession of the house.
Huh.
So
have you been watching?
As of tomorrow, I've been in Regina for 6 months.
6 months. Have you been watching the Olympics?
No, I have not.
No. I like that. I've been watching that. My parents pretty much.
The only thing that intrigued me to watch it was Snoop Dogg doing commentary.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, he was running with that fucking thing there. What's it called there? The flame there.
Yes, the torch.
Yeah, the torch. Yeah. And then he was like in the stands sort of because there's fucking break dancing now at the Olympics. Like I'm sorry, but I mean there's some sports that should just not be in Olympics, and that's one of them, I think. Mind you, I haven't watched it, so I can't really say anything.
Well, at one point, ballroom dancing was a Olympic sport. So
Yeah, true. That and in Winter Olympics, artistic skiing, which is like figure skating but on skis.
see, I could be interested in that.
You like using the poles to like do a nice little flip and.
Damn it! I got cement on my shorts. So my wife wanted me to do flooring in our room. Right, our room is carpeted. We're in the basement, and it was carpeted down here. And they just put the carpet directly on top of the cement.
Uh-huh.
First, though, good day, Guy. Okay, so I've been cutting the carpet up in like 20-foot sections.
That's what she said.
And I got to in front of the bathroom, and there was all this carpet glue. So I had to rip the carpet out, and it took half the cement with it, all the way down to the backfill of the cement. So I've been for the last week filling that hole in slowly with layer after layer of cement. It's been fun.
I've never painted walls, but it's gonna seem like we're gonna have to paint our own walls. We're gonna move to a new place.
Oh, you're moving to a new place?
I think I sent you the new address. It's like 4 minutes away, and we visited like 5 places, and it's like, oh, there's a Felice sign. We just call it like, okay.
In a house or a?
Semi-detached three bedroom.
Oh yeah. In Gatineau, like 4 minutes from where you were.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Nice. Bigger, more rooms for the kid. When are you moving?
Uh-oh.
Or have you already moved in there? Yeah.
Why is the internet so? Let me lower my camera settings.
Can you hear us at least?
It's already at the lowest one. Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Blood going and Videotron's a bitch sometimes.
Nah, Videotron. Like, yeah.
But it's like a September 1st. But they're gonna give us the keys on the 25th.
Oh, okay.
This month.
Well,
I just got a
biggest shirt.
Shirt of what?
Ooh, I got
I'm just gonna buy the biggest paint roller I can.
I have so much shit I still have to get done at this house before the first winter, and I just haven't. And yeah, I just don't get a lot of time. And when I do get time, my wife wants us to go to like the football game or the exhibition or this. So I just don't get a lot of time. And then I'm trying to finish this basement, and that's just not working out. And
to go see horses, yay!
Horses.
Why are you going to see horses?
No, is that what the exhibitions are? Like you go see horses? That's about it.
No, it was the Queen City X. It's just like the
the
Ottawa X, but a lot smaller.
Lower your camera. Your face is blocked by your name.
Yeah, if I bring it lower, it's gonna fall off.
So put it on your desk.
Yeah, probably a better idea. Whoops. My God,
put it on top of a empty beer can.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So I have another Co-op Gold beer. This time the Co-op Gold Lager.
Ooh. You finished the first one already?
Yeah.
I'm a third of a 6-pack of this diet shit that gets this job done.
Sven's hard. Sven's
7-Up, 0 calories, 7%.
Oh, really? 7-Up alcohol.
Who are you calling
What's
a
going
Biast?
on?
Why
going
is he
on,
calling you
Brian?
Rhino Biast?
Yeah, let's see. We got Brian Lane said Rhino Beast, and a heart soon followed. Who's Brian Lane?
Brian Lane is Brian Lane.
Hey,
Choose
Brian Lane. Hey, Brian Lane. My name is Radar of the Birnamacron. And that is Gishus Lashansushus from the Birnamacron. And Rinosi Albinoni from the Birnamacron. Cheers.
Right there.
No, I don't know. I've enjoyed a lot of stuff here. The only thing in Quebec, do you have to buy all your beers as 4-packs, or can you get singles?
Oh yeah, you go to any grocery store. It's like an orgy of singles.
Yeah. Saskatchewan needs to free the beer.
Oh, yeah, because they're all in like 4-pack, 6-packs minimum.
Yeah, everything's in a 4-pack, and they're about $20 a 4-pack. Now, I don't care if I'm paying $20 for 4 beer, but let me mix and match my beer. Let me try your entire lineup. Don't make me buy. And I assume that it's because they figure they get through their beer faster doing it that way. Because now you're forced to buy 4 cans at a time, and the population in Saskatchewan is a lot lower than, say, Ontario or anything.
The longer I live here, I think Ontario is like prison. You can only get beers that's been up someone's ass for like a year, but in Quebec, you just get anything fresh that you want to all the time. It's like.
But so you can only buy them in 4-packs at most breweries and at most bottle shops. And a lot of times you will see bottling or canning dates. You don't see a lot of bottles. You'll see a canning date of like 18 months ago and stuff like that. And you're like, well, why didn't you just sell it as a single? I bet you could have sold through it in an 8. Like, I'm not going to go into a brewery and go, you know what? Give me a 4-pack of your Spruce Tip Chocolate Porter, because that sounds like I'm going to love 4 of them. But I'd love to go in and go, give me one of those and let's see if I like it. Like.
Yeah.
I do miss growlers for that type of shit.
Actually, I don't think I've seen anyone doing growlers or howlers or crowlers for that matter here.
Anywhere, they're fucking decor. Well, you see the half growlers and IGA sometimes, but who knows how long those are good for.
Uh-huh.
Like, of all places, IGA, they have half growlers here. Then going to Ontario's, no. You must bend over in Mein Kampf, that my tax.
Mein Kampf has nothing to do with taxes. Mein Kampf has to do with Hitler hating people.
Mein Kampf tax.
You need a 4-pack of Fiddler's Elbow. See, that's the thing, though, right? I was able to buy Fiddler's Elbow from Witchwood as a single, which would let me know if I liked it or not, and then I could decide if I wanted to buy a 4-pack. If I walked in and it was just a 4-pack, I don't know if I ever would have tried Fiddler's Elbow.
That sounds like Canterous Cook, the fisting story.
Cantankerous.
Excuse
so
me.
many things I don't know. From like the 2 years that Guy talked to you guys before I knew you.
He was the puppet master. And he tore his esophagus when doing the Greatness Gauntlet.
What?
Oh, the cantankerous cook. I miss that man. I miss that man so much. I still talk to him, but I miss him so much.
Get him in here. Mind, I'm Scottish. How much does it cost over in Canada?
Fiddler's Elbow. How much was Hobgoblin and stuff? Do you guys remember? I think it was like $5 a bottle, 4 something.
I was gonna say $4.50, but yeah.
So $4.50 a bottle Canadian. So Fiddler's Elbow would have been right up there with them whenever we were getting them. So you're looking at basically what I spend, what I get charged on most 4-packs nowadays anyway, which would be about $18. Saskatchewan's biggest problem, unlike Ontario and I believe Quebec, is they don't put the liquor tax, the sales tax, or the deposit on. So the when you see something for $16.99, it's a lot more than $16.99.
Yeah. Okay.
That'll be the biggest difference where I live. I'll have a backyard, but I have to cut my own grass and shovel my own snow.
Do you have a lawnmower, or are you gonna borrow one from around you?
Surprisingly, they actually give you a push one and a weed whacker.
Oh, nice.
But at least finally, I'll be able to have a barbecue.
Nice.
I purposely bought a push mower so that my kid had to do a push mower when he cut the grass.
Instead of riding mower.
I was looking at now they're electric and they're self-propelled.
Oh, they must be expensive though.
It's like 500
Yeah.
or 400.
I just have a $70 reel, like push reel mower from Walmart, Yardworks or Greenworks or something. I don't fucking know. I had to teach him how to do it though. He's like, I don't understand. I'm like, you push it, and it cuts the grass. Don't stick your fingers in the blades.
Do you still have to mix oil with the gas, or is there separate compartments now?
Oh no, this is the old reel mowers. It's just the blades that spin.
Oh, the Simpsons one.
Yeah.
No, I had one of those where at the house I used to be with my sister there, because it was just like a really tiny fucking yard, and it took 20 minutes anyways.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like our front yard, there's not much grass on the front yard anyway, because we have 2 giant like pine trees. So the acidity in the ground and the shade has killed off most of the grass. And in the backyard, Regina was built on clay, so not a lot of grass grows either. So he doesn't have much of a job to do. Like it takes like 10 minutes most to do the front and back.
No, and it's a good workout too. Those little
little.
I'll read them for you there. What's this? Brian Lane said been sub to Rhino for a while. Thank you, Brian Lane. Andrew Johnson said need a 4-pack of Fiddler's Elbow by Witchwood Brewery. Oh yeah, we saw that. Then Andrew Johnson, I'm guessing he's from Scotland. Mine and Scottish. How does the coast of it in Canada? Was that Scottish?
This is what happens, Andrew, when you let a French guy try to do a Scottish accent.
Not from Scotland.
I watch a lot of Scottish shows.
Yeah.
In general.
Not too bad. It's somewhere around £3 a bottle here. Huh. And then Mittelfru. Cheers, gentlemen. You two, Chad, haven't been in the loop as of late. What's with the Friday Live? Isn't your usual MO Saturday?
I just had the night off. I'm now done enough of my training that I'm in my actual rotation, and there will be some Friday nights off. So I figured let's do a live. I'm off. Might as well just do something.
I'm actually watched the Federer game. That's some good pish. That's how they say piss in Scotland. Pish.
Today was my actual day off, and I had to go into work for like a 3.5-hour meeting about our 6-month plan on how we're going to get some stuff done. Because the other 2 people that share the same position as me, they've worked in this company and this company alone for about 20 years. So they've always done everything the exact same way, and now the company is leaning towards more efficiencies and more logistics and stuff like that. And it's all the stuff I've done in the companies I've been with. So they're like, can you come in? Like, yeah, I guess I can come in. I was just going to cement the floor. My wife will kill me, but I'll come in.
You just stand behind them naked, but you tuck it in behind your legs like, I'm going to let it out. You better work faster. I'm going to let it out. Bagpipes.
We had one warehouse worker, and we had an EFC order come in that was getting mailed to Quebec actually, through Purelator, and it was 6 electric motors, and they were like $700 a motor, right? So it was like a $4,200 order, and I fought with the guy for about 20 minutes to take the order down, like pull it from the racking. He's like, well, it's out on the floor too. Why don't you just get it from the floor? I go, because then we have to take it down from the racking anyway and put it back on the floor. Just take it from the racking. And we fought back and forth for a while, and then he pulled it down. I go, okay, it's all together. Validate it now. Let's get this money into the system. He's like, nah, we can wait till tomorrow for that. I go, if we miss budget tomorrow by $4,200 or less, I'm going to kick you. And the kid ran, right? Like everybody's like, that's the fastest we've ever seen him move.
And then Mittelfru says, yes, I need to catch up on your vlogs. See what the hell you've been up to these days. Or you're up to these days. And that's not your.
Yeah, I'm fixing horrendous holes in my floor. It looks like I'm going to have to grind it down again before I put the next layer of concrete on because it's very patchy there. And other than that, yeah, we've been doing a few other things, but not all that much. We have the new recipe session IPA from District Brewing Company next.
The way it's written shouldn't be recipe, should be recite. No, like a lot of English words should be repronounced the way they're written. You know, like escalator, elevator, doctor. No.
You sound like when I was dealing with Daniel in Pavernatuk, and he was sitting there. And he was from Montreal, and he lived up there because he ran a cleaning company that did stuff up in the Arctic, and he was working for us as a part-time job.
Oh, okay.
Sitting there talking to me one day, and he's like, you English, why don't you just use French words for everything? I'm like, what are you talking about? It's because we're English. He goes, well, like those things you wear on your feet at night, pantoufles. What do you call it?
Slippers.
Pantoufles. I go, slippers? He goes, yes. Why don't you just call them pantoufles? It's easier. Because they're fucking slippers, Daniel.
I don't know what if you say that to an American or anybody who doesn't know the word of French, pantoufle, what would they think that was?
Maybe
like, I should ask an American.
You're mispronouncing a pontoon boat?
Probably. Or if you ask an American who does like anybody who like doesn't know any English, what do you think the French word pantoufle is for? It's like, okay, they'll have to figure that one out. It'd probably take a long fucking time unless they have Google in front of them. That'd be a good question, like a game show thing. No, pantoufle. I don't know. Pantoffel. Because there's an L there, pantoufle. Pantoffel. Pantoffel. Slippers. Or bra in French. It's your arm. The bra. Oh, you have something wrong with your bra, madame. My bra? Fuck you.
Why are you looking at my boobs?
Why are you looking at my arm? My bra's here.
It's like when I got in trouble in science class when I told my teacher her epidermis was showing. She kicked me out of class. I'm like, why am I getting your epidermis is showing?
My dad, when he was younger, this was right before he joined the army in like 75 or 74. He took a hitchhiking trip all the way to BC and back. And he spoke a little bit of English because he knew he was going to get in the armed forces, so he knew a little bit. But they're driving there. They get through Alberta and they go to a zoo. And then his buddy is like, "Oh, look at that seal!" But in French, those furry animals, the amphibious animals. Look at that seal. But in French, it's "Regarde le beau fuck! Regarde le beau fuck!" And then, of course, it was like in really conservative back then, Alberta, and people were like wanted to fight them. Like that's how bad they were back then. And it's like, what is the French word for that animal? And he knew it, right? But then some couple said, or like, no, he's actually French, you guys. That's actually how they say it. Oh, okay. I got the boat. Fuck. So people have to, know that the word "fuck" is not actually a swear word. It's just French for seal.
I tried that one in class too. That one didn't go over
well. Ask anything. We will try and get it. Ask anything about life, geography, geology, history. I know everything. I am the Bear Nomicron. Yeah. Hey, that's it.
It's been a good time.
Can she see me? It's mon oncle Fournier.
Yeah.
Yeah. She probably heard that too.
No, I had earphones.
Oh. Yeah.
It's silence, man. Silence.
Well, there's nothing much going on. It's a Friday. Ugh.
So
Don't
I'm
need
going
the
to
fit.
a trip to Winnipeg in the next few months for a week.
Who's going to Winnipeg?
I am.
Oh, for a week. When?
Sometime in November to go to hydraulics school.
Oh, really? So you can learn hydraulics.
Yes, so I can make hydraulics fittings at work.
God damn it.
That sounds like getting lubed up with oil.
No, we're not. No, we're not playing in the hydraulics oil. We're making hydraulics fittings. You know
So
what the oil goes into.
Yeah, so you are the transporter.
Yes.
Are you doing stuff that nobody ever could at your job, and they just make you do everything now?
They're kind of amazed at how many people come to me with things. Like the amount of life stories I now know that the people that have been bosses there forever didn't know is kind of intriguing. I don't know why. I don't know why people think that I'm the nice guy to come and talk to. Like I don't look like a friendly person. I have resting bitch face.
Have you tried talking to the wizard?
I'm like 300 pounds. Yeah, I might look like Santa, but I look like a biker Santa. Like
Oh, what was that Russian guy who called it Santa? Remember 2016 when we were doing the...
But at first it was you thought it was Santa, but now it's just Gandalf the White.
Yeah. I remember that.
It'd be probably easier just get that costume, just a white robe and a white stick. You're all set.
But I remember that fucking shady looking restaurant we were going to eat in can't remember which town it was, but then it was like the Russian guy outside, it's Santa, and it's like, no, we're
you were there. Fuck, I forgot.
Yeah, that was 2016. The first one I was there with you, or the only one I was there with you, and then
his wife was so disappointed. Like
that's when you said sorry for douchebag. The Russian girl.
She probably ended up on check VR or something.
On what?
Check VR. It's like the ladies on.
Oh, they get beat up and like.
No.
Well, no. Looking at the guy, of course she got beat up. Russian assholes do that. So yeah.
Maybe she got him to check after.
Oh yeah, she probably had connections to the KGB and back in Russia and shit.
Depends how you spell check.
CHECK.
So, when are you moving to Regina?
Who? Me and you, Orgy. Well, I got a job at Hard Rock, and it's going to be all permanent. I love it there.
I'm sure we'll have to take an airplane if we want to go up there, because 2 days of driving, my wife was going to kill me. She's like, you're going for a week?
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, I just started that job. I don't think I'll be able to get like a few days off until next year, pretty much.
Well, you're not at Home Depot anymore?
No, I told you that. It's been like
you said you were at Home Depot on the floor.
Well, it's been like a month and a half I haven't been there. No, I left because it didn't give me any hours. Like 18 hours a week.
You're back? Where are you now, at Chippendales again?
No, Hard Rock Cafe. The Rideau Carlton Raceway.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which got bought by Hard Rock in 2017. Then they were supposed to build something during COVID, but they did, obviously because of COVID, they couldn't build it. So right now it is the Rideau Carlton Raceway by Hard Rock. They're building the hotel. It should be done next spring.
Driving is cheaper than flying, but a wife's swift comprehension of leaving for a week is
more dangerous. She needs the car, unless you have enough money for another car.
Well, we do have 2 cars. It's just like
Here's the thing, right? Driving is normally cheaper than flying, but driving from Ottawa to Regina, you are going to have to stay in hotels. You're going to have to eat. In the end, it's actually pretty close to a wash. I think if you depending on which airline you are, a round trip ticket is between $600 and $800. If you go from Toronto, though, a round trip ticket is only $400.
2,600 kilometers, 2,660 from Ottawa to Regina. I want to see how. If I Google Map this shit,
Just
so
guess
if you-
last minute.
2660. So figure you're looking at what, 4 or 5 tanks of gas each way, plus food, plus 2 hotels
yeah.
each way.
Unless, well, the thing is, Guy knows this. I can drive for like 10 hours straight sometimes.
Well, once you hit Winnipeg, the road is straight. There's no turn. From Winnipeg to Regina, you're just going straight.
Dude, it's
When you
it's
came back from
further
Niagara Falls, you were sleeping the whole way. Wake up. We're in Ottawa already.
yeah,
fucker.
for me, it seemed like it took not even a half hour. It's like, oh fuck, we're already there.
You
I
snoring
drank
your
a
whole
lot
way.
that
You was like, you motherfucker.
Oh hey,
Hey,
dude,
I always
wait,
tried
wait.
to stay awake, but for some reason, I always fell asleep in a vehicle too. I usually woke myself up though because I'd always hold the "Oh my God" handle, and as I fell asleep, it would slam up, and I'd be like, "Oh, hi."
But when we went to Newfoundland, I drove the whole thing, and there were stretches where I drove like 10 hours.
I still want to go out to the East Coast. It was still somewhere we were possibly going when we were out of the Arctic, but Toronto ruined that because the housing market just exploded out there. Like for $30,000, you used to be able to buy an entire building, and in New Brunswick.
Oh, New Brunswick, yeah.
Now the same build. I've seen the same house that was like 29,000 when I was looking
Really?
there, up at like 185 now, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Those fucking pricks are just money hungry, greedy bastard. I mean, I know a guy who was a realtor, like a home seller, whatever you call it. And he's all like, "Oh, it's going to be worse." Like, oh well, why did you buy a fucking $1.8 million house last year when you said you couldn't afford one at $300,000 a couple years before? You fucking asshole. I gotta take a piss over that.
Wow, he's breaking the seal already, Guy.
Oh, he's wired up. I pissed already.
What the hell was that? It sounded like a duck.
It's good tactic to save money. I just drink every 2 weekends, but that stuff does the job. Hopefully it has 0 calories, but whatever.
Yeah, so like my kids, back to the driving is cheaper. My kids come to visit once a year, and to fly all 3 of the kids that had to come here, plus my in-laws, fly them back and fly my son back, and then fly him back and pay for the unaccompanied minor flight to get him back was all under $3,000.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's again like 6 people, sorry, because our nephew came too when they came to visit. So 6 people this way, 7 people that way, and then 1 back this way. And yeah, it was under $3,000 for it all. So I mean, once you add in mileage and you add in food and you add in the car stay and all that, a lot of times it actually isn't cheaper depending on where you're going. There are a lot of places where it actually is a lot cheaper to just drive. And I mean, it also depends on whether or not you can find one of the good airlines that, like the cheap airlines that comes and stuff. But yeah.
I know if you're 2 people, you can do like last minute cancellation takeovers, but there's usually like 1. That's it. If you don't care where you're sitting on your airplane.
Yeah. Well, and we flew them here on WestJet, and we were really worried because WestJet was doing its strike and everything at the time. So we were worried they weren't going to make it, but they did. And then we flew them back on Air Canada, and then Aiden had to come back on WestJet because Air Canada wouldn't do the unaccompanied minor because of the time of night that they would fly back at.
Like they're up in the air. It doesn't matter what time of night, but I don't know.
He either ended up having to poop. Oh, there he is.
I'm back.
You know, if you shake it more than twice, you're playing with yourself, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you were playing with yourself?
No, not really. I was outside having a smoke at the same time, taking a piss.
You were pissing off your balcony?
No, well, just off. Passed my car into the grass. There's no lights. So nobody can see it.
His neighbor, well, not a neighbor, but they have a nice dog over there.
I have 3 nice dogs over here. You could ride all 3 of them like they're horses.
Like penis coladas get caught in the rain.
I like a penis colada.
I don't like penis coladas. A pina colada, maybe, but a penis colada, no. Well, not my thing.
Oh, fuck, I just saw something on Facebook. I thought Guy was the one that put it on, but no, it's just something that showed up on my feed. It's a picture of the Ocean Gate co-founder is organizing a trip for a 663-foot deep dive at a sinkhole in Bahamas. And then somebody writes right after, time for the annual billionaire sacrifice to the sea gods. Yes.
I was watching a Navy report thing. Is UFOs are just as active underwater as.
Yeah, I've seen those clips from the jets, those Navy jets. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
It's like apparently those cigars are like Earth inhabitants. We're just the aliens. Well, yeah. That makes sense.
Oh, so we're the aliens, yeah.
And the guy who does remote viewing is like, yeah, there's like pyramids on Mars and shit. And it's like people who are like 10 or 11, 12 feet tall. They were just like, the descendants were just a bunch of assholes taking over.
Well, it's probably them that told you guys want us to go there? Fuck you. You guys are assholes. Racist, misogynist, fucking greedy bastard. You think we're going to go near you guys? Fuck you. You're probably going to like talk about Jesus to us and shit like that. Like, fuck off.
Planet Earth is shaped like a deformed raisin. Don't even go there for it.
Yeah, it's like oblong. Oblong.
You guys know that Kevin Sullivan died?
Who's Kevin Sullivan?
The wrestler.
Oh. No. Yay.
Is that his wrestling name?
Usually.
Here's Kevin.
Going on a stage. Here's Kevin.
Well, we had 3 viewers. Why don't you guys talk to us? Come on, this is what this is about. This is about interacting. There was no plan tonight. There was nothing. It was just, hey.
Yeah, it's acting with interns. Interacting. We're acting with interns.
I do work. I did started working like it's gonna change, but like I work 6 a.m.
Oof.
So it's like I'm up very early, go to bed early.
Well, you're not working tomorrow, right?
Looking for apartment and like painter. We're gonna paint now, but all that shit takes a big chunk of your time during the day and weekends.
Yeah, he was a WCW booker in the 90s.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah.
He's the one that everybody was saying killed Chris Benoit and his family, not Chris
Yeah,
Benoit.
yeah. That's not Chris Benoit. Yeah. Fuck. Huh. Now I remember him. That was like at the end when I like still somewhat watched wrestling. But he wasn't young though, wasn't he? I mean, he was.
No, he
related.
was born in the 50s.
Yeah, I think maybe early. No, he was around like fuck. I think early '80s, from what I remember reading about him. Like maybe even '70s. I gotta check it out. Hang on.
I think he was born in 50.
Yeah, probably the '50s, early '50s. I think you're right, but I think it was even earlier than that. But I remember reading about him.
Oh, October 26th, 1949.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't that young. I mean, good for him. I mean, usually they're like, what, 50 and they die of a heart attack? Or earlier? Good for him.
I watched that short, is it Butterbean, the comeback? He was like doing really, really, really bad.
Oh, he slimmed down. Yeah, he lost a lot of weight.
That like
Yeah, Butterbean does not look scary anymore. Butterbean was big and fat, but he was scary.
Yeah, well, there was like some muscle mass with that head, with that body.
He could barely
I mean,
walk.
he had no neck. Yeah, at one point he could barely walk, and I think he can walk now. He had like this. He went through a whole regime, whatever you call it.
You know who can't walk? Marty Jannetty.
Yeah. But Marty Jannetty isn't as old as like Kevin Sullivan, though.
No, he's young compared to Kevin Sullivan. Next is going to be a Blueberry Radler.
Hey, though.
I remember Jannetty was one of the guys that like to get in. I think they tried to sue the WWE for like, it's like, dude, our heads hurt. We get like fucking CTE and shit. He tried to sue the WWE for it or something like that.
It was Big Rig. They used to make a good blueberry beer, but it just fell way down after.
Does Chris Phillips still have anything to do with Big Rig, or did he completely sell off and leave?
Oh, I don't know that.
If the quality went down, probably whoever that is, I'm sure it left.
He was the Ottawa Senators' assistant captain that it was named after.
Oh yeah,
because he was Chris Big Rig Phillips.
Oh yeah. I don't know if he still owns it. Wasn't he? He was a co-owner with like two other guys.
Oh no, never mind.
Yes.
I think I meant Broadhead.
Okay, Broadhead. I could understand them. They even have like an entire legal team that goes around suing people for them, and I know that because my buddy's one of their lawyers.
I don't think Phillips is still the owner though. I think no, it's been a while. He's not the owner. It was sold to somebody else, like a company, from what I remember.
Well, he wasn't originally from Ontario, so it would make sense that he would sell and move somewhere else.
Yeah, he's from Alberta, from what I remember. He's an old Alberta boy. I remember seeing him in a few games. I think he's like one of the centers that played there for the longest.
Yeah, he basically spent his entire career.
He did
in an Ottawa uniform.
Yeah. Same as
Dan.
Excuse me.
Same as Dan.
You speaking Daniel Alfredson? He didn't spend his whole career with
No, he's just talking about Dan, the West Coast beer review guy.
West Coast Nick.
West Coast Nick.
How is Nick doing?
Oh, he's pretty good. I sent him an invite.
I don't think we'll ever get Nick to join.
Sell something between you and him.
Just like I was amazed when Kerry joined that one night.
Yeah. Well, I don't care what the fuck happens between you all. So, I don't care.
That's the thing. Nothing really happened. It was stupid. It was me, Guy, and Greg being me, Guy, and Greg. And then everyone left the chat, and then I got kicked out of the chat. So I'm like, okay, I'm not playing these games anymore. I just unfriended and was like, I'm done. Too old for this shit.
Probably the origin is like every story. It has a vagina and angry sand inside the vagina.
And what you're saying is me, you, and Greg were the sand?
Oh, it's right like pre-post, I guess. We both lived through crazy bitches.
Excuse me.
It is something.
It's such a good beer. I never thought I'd like a blueberry radler.
Oh, J Bob said WCW Booker in Tia 90.
Oh man, you're like half an hour behind, sir.
No, did you even read them?
Yeah.
I'm surprised he was still alive, to be honest. Buttermass. Yeah. But I've seen old video clips of Butterbean, like when in his prime. Like fuck, the guy had no neck. It's like just some guys. I think he still has like that amateur record. Like the fight took a total of 14 seconds, including the 10-second count. Something like that.
Is that when he knocked out Johnny Knoxville?
No. Knoxville, he gave him a chance. It lasted a minute. But yeah, Johnny Knoxville had to go to the hospital because yeah. It's like, so what are we doing, Johnny? We're going to the hospital because I think I'm concussed. And why is that? Because Butterbean.
What the fuck is that noise?
No, it's not me. It's the albino Reno. What is that?
I'm just scraping.
Scraping his penis on one of those holographic like kitchen tables cloth. Like they're like 3D.
Okay. I know that I had a very voracious lifestyle after my ex-wife left, but I don't have a penis so big that I can scrape a kitchen table while I'm sitting.
It has shrunk.
It's got fucking both legs on the table. It's like...
What I learned is that Santa fetishes are real. That's what I learned in my life.
Santa fetishes, yeah.
Santa the White is here. Get ready before
Santa
I shred your ears.
Shriveled and ridged.
Ridged for her pleasure. Ew.
No, it's like ribbed and not ridged, but you could be ridged. Delaware. So yeah, going from Ottawa to Regina is actually longer in distance than from Regina to Vancouver. This just shows you how fucking big this country is.
Well, I've been harassing West Coast Nick, as you call him.
Damn. Well, it wouldn't be that far from.
No, he's like 4 hours away from me, 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I'm like, why don't you come visit? Oh, we don't leave Calgary after this time of the year. And I'm just hearing excuses, Dan.
7 hours, 30 minutes.
Yeah, so it's like you going from Ottawa to Niagara.
Yeah. And I've done it twice. D3, I think. It's like, fuck it. If I make a lot of money between the next year or two, like I'll just fly to Calgary, pick Dan up, and just drive here. And go through Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, and see the plains. I don't care if Dan bitches about it. I'm going into that museum. Fuck, you can sit in the car.
Which one? The Museum of
Aviation in Moose Jaw.
Okay, because there's planes at the Museum of what is it? There's another museum in Moose Jaw that has a bunch of planes and stuff too. and boats and old cars, and it even has like
Oh.
a horse-drawn ambulance and stuff.
Mhm. Well, I think there's like a couple of museums, but I know there's the Air Force base that has its own old planes.
Uh-oh.
What?
Here's something coming down the stairs.
Dogs.
No. Hi, my love.
Hi, Chad's wife. Western Development Museum. Oh, there you go.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Huh. But isn't there like an aviation museum at the Air Force base? I imagine there was,
sure.
because
What's
every
that?
Air Force base has it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. Is it's all globby.
You just sit at the airport jerking off. The same thing.
Oh yeah.
I have to get a concrete grinding disc and grind it smooth, and then put another batch over it.
Nice batch.
It's going to be a little bit of a chore. I don't know. Look in the muffin box. See what kind of muffins there are.
You need some cement.
Cement. Western Development. Oh, and there's look at that. I thought maybe Moose Jaw would have like a bunch of planes outside, like almost every other Canadian base or former Canadian base had. And in Bagotville, there's like 20 planes outside.
I'm talking with Ian
J-Boss said,
Radar.
no, just the old Tutors, or Tutors, which used to be our training plane, which is now they're now servicing as the Snowbirds.
Just say hi, Alicia, and go like this.
And rub. Okay, Alicia, come here.
You do.
He has told me to do something. He's told me to say hi, Alicia, and do this. Yes, so you think I'm a bigger weirdo than you already
Even
do.
though we've been together 6 years, right? Like, you don't do anything that surprises me anymore.
Well,
Well, you
we've
have a-
seen
you
him
have
do
a-
things that would surprise you.
Take out a lighter. You have a lighter? Just light them up.
Do you have a sink?
She doesn't have
Yes, I don't pee in the sink here.
Like in the basement?
Well, not yet.
Yeah.
That's
the
the.
new jerseys. Which I find
Didn't
so-
somebody shit in this thing? You stomp it down?
What? Oh, yeah, I think so.
It's just a green shirt.
And it says the Saskatchewan things on the sides. Do you not like your jersey?
Hey, I like it. It's comfy.
Good. You got yourself your jersey you wanted.
You didn't have to get the jersey. I was happy with the
Oh.
And you got a cowbell.
I did get a cup and a clear.
I'm looking at other places where
I don't care if you can't accept that, ma'am.
Cowbells for the red hot chili peppers.
Well, we were at the football game, and she's like, I need a cowbell. As everybody in the place has a cowbell, and they shake those cowbells a lot. So I got her a cowbell. Also, apparently, there's all the CFL stadiums have mandated that you need a clear bag. So I had to buy her a clear purse as if.
Oh yeah, because so they
you
can
know.
see what's inside. There's no like balls of water because you have to buy a $7 one. Yeah.
Yeah, $11 cans of beer.
Are they $11 now?
Yeah.
Actually,
But the tickets for the game are actually only like $42 to get in. So I
What-
mean, that's amazing in comparison to like a hockey game or something.
Just
But,
put look at bags underneath the boobs.
Ottawa 67's games last year, they were still only $6.
Yes, but that's not a major league team. That's an OHL
Oh yeah,
team.
but still as much.
Yeah,
fun.
but they play better though.
We have the what is it? The Saskatchewan Pats or something?
Oh yeah, Regina Pats.
Regina Pats.
Yeah, they're Regina Pats. They have a bunch of people that went to the NHL.
No, I have not walked through the cement.
Did I? Oh, I
And
did.
I don't know,
You did.
junior
Thanks-
games.
thanks
I
for
think
walking in
are,
my
I'm
cement.
sorry.
Get the trowel and make the cement smooth again. It's in the bucket.
yeah, the Regina Pats have been around for a long time. I think it's like one of the
They
oldest.
both are trowels. The gouging trowel is probably easier, which is the triangle one. Yeah, there you go. Now see if you can smooth out the one in front of the bathroom at all.
I did forget to ask you. You prefer working in a casino than
Oh
the
yeah,
pit?
oh the Hard Rock Casino is so much fun. They gave me more hours. I mean, I'm a valet there, right? So, I mean, yeah, I'm making the same an hour, $17. But I
No,
get
that one's the pre-mixed one.
Oh, the parking lot valet.
The
Right?
dark-
yeah, valet, yeah.
The
So,
dark on the side is the stuff that I add water
Went
to.
there once. They got the guys fed us the stories. I play the slots.
Like I said, I'll have to grind it
Nice.
down and then go from there.
And it's a lot of like old people that go there.
You should I remember one time I killed a horde and it's buried in the backyard of the casino. Nobody asked any questions. It's just how it is here.
I have no
Yeah, I
idea
know
what
you're
talking
getting
about.
naked. I'm really excited about that.
Can we see?
No,
$5.
Look at all this shit you put in my bath mat.
I didn't shit on the bath mat.
Oh, if you go from Calgary to Regina, you're going through Medicine Hat. There's an airport there. That I'm probably going to
There's
stop.
also a Costco there.
And I'm going to tell what's his face Dan. Oh, I'm going to see the planes. Either you shut up or sit in the car. And
Okay, next we have a peach rattler.
Dan's only gonna go to Chad's place if he makes spaghetti on the barbecue.
I'll make spaghetti on the barbecue for Dan.
what? But doesn't he eat me anymore?
Dan was all proud, like, here's a video of me making barbecue. Then just making spaghetti. And then Carrie just
You make
rips,
spaghetti on the barbecue.
What is this spaghetti on the barbecue?
rips
You
Dan a
cook
new
the
anus.
spaghetti on the barbecue.
How?
You figure it out. I'm a figure it outer.
No, you're not. You're a fucking.
Hey, is Mittelfrö still watching? You still around there? Mittelfrö?
Mitten Frost.
Mittelfrö? Where'd the beer go?
How did it escalate? What escalated?
Escalate.
He doesn't have an escalator, just have stairs.
Somebody said this escalated very quickly.
An escalator, like the way it should be pronounced.
Fucking inflation.
It's Filatio. It's Italian. Filatio. And I'm on my first of 6 bone shakers.
This does not smell great.
Oh. Hey,
Oh, I think I'm sure I told you. I told Chad I suppressed my diabetes in like 2 days because I just ate meat and veggies and it just like went away.
yeah, because especially like fries and shit.
No, just eat meat and veggies. Fuck everything else. Everything else just
Yeah.
like fucking dignified rapist.
Yeah.
I have a few more. I have like another week and a half or so, and then I have to go off of alcohol completely for a month and then do a blood test.
That makes no sense. But okay.
Hey, Mittelfrö is in another podcast or another YouTube live chat.
Mental Frost.
Mittelfrö. Do you know Alex the Beer Master?
No,
Oh, never mind. Keith's World?
no.
Okay, so it might be one of the guys that knows Dan that me and Redbeard ended up with Rod J one night. And a couple of weeks ago, months ago. That's probably how he knows you because right now he's and Alex the Beer Master is a guy that I think Joe knows.
Mittelfrö is from Ottawa.
Oh,
I've known him for a long time.
yeah. Well, he's also with
He's actually friends with Dale.
How come I never heard of him?
Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. No, Keith's.
I don't know why you've never heard of him, but he's friends with Dale.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mittelfrö is on another beer podcast or whatever whatever thing we're doing.
You're
And
a
it's a
blonde
guy that Alex the Beer Master. I met him this is months ago with Rod J and Average Joe was there, and me and Redbeard somehow ended up on that channel, on that thing. And the girl from Missouri that you probably don't know.
The
Sounds
girl
like an
that's
alternate
usually
universe.
on Rod's channel.
No, you're thinking about the redneck girl with her husband. Unless you've seen her too. I think
I haven't. I talked to Rod a little bit about the visit he did in Niagara. I'm like, where did you go? What did you see?
last month.
Yeah. I also harassed him. I'm like, I see how this is. I don't live there anymore and don't do a beer festival there anymore. And now you go there. Yeah, I get how this works, man. I leave, you go. I get it.
I also
You just
sent
don't like albinos.
I also sent a message to Pabru News so he can come in here.
Yeah, I've had Paul on here once or twice since I started coming back live.
And I went there like the weekend after with my wife in Niagara Falls. After they went there, but
With
I
your
didn't go
wife?
to Niagara Falls. When you go there, they have the distillery. Their whiskey was fucking delicious.
Oh, the one where I bought the wrench for a chat.
No, the fucking tourist trap section.
Oh no. I'm looking at a picture of the Olympic medalist Alicia Newman. Damn pretty. There's some Olympians that are fucking pretty.
I know I'm pretty. Thank you.
But I think it is called the distillery district. Or
This
something.
J-Bob said it. This escalated very quickly. I don't know what escalated. We're still here. I'm still drinking.
But it is right across the Niagara Brewing Company, which I didn't go at all. I just looked at it.
Well, who wants to go to Niagara Brewing Company? I mean, really, Niagara Brewing Company is shit.
Well, of the twice I've been there to your beer festival, I don't remember any beer from them that I liked.
J Rob, where are you from? Just out of curiosity, first off. Second off, I don't think I've found really any bitters in Regina. There's been a lot of IPAs and pale ales from Pile of Bones, from District, but I don't think I've seen an actual bitter yet. Okay, so you're the. Why haven't we hung out and had a beer then?
Yeah. Oh, is he
Like,
there?
Yeah, he's Regina
Yeah.
area.
Yeah. Get on. We'll visit what's his face.
And the other problem I seem to find is, again, if there's a brewery that has stuff I want to try, well, Pile of Bones makes you buy the 4-packs. That pisses me off. And then because Nokomis is attached to Pile of Bones, you have to buy the 4-packs with them. Regina Brewing will at least let you buy singles. Chris Tower is a buddy of mine. He is their brewmaster currently. I haven't had a lot from. I had an ESB from Bushwhacker, and I think it's the only ESB I've had here in Regina. So that would be the best one I've had. I haven't made it back to Bushwhacker. I tell my wife all the time we have to go to Bushwhacker, and we just never end up there.
Bushwanker.
Just found out. Well, great family.
Bushwanker. That's gonna be my next fucking
Rebellion.
gamer tag,
At least
Bushwanker.
Rebellion will allow you to do singles on a lot of beers now too. Actually, when I was moving to Regina from the Arctic, I was interviewing to be the taproom manager at Rebellion. And one of the questions we had was, what would you do differently? And I'm like, well, I hear that a lot of beers are sold as 4-packs in Regina. I would sell them as singles. And they're like, well, why would you do that? And I go, because if somebody comes in with only $20 and they want to buy 4 beer and they buy a 4-pack that sucks, they're probably not going to come back. But if they come in with that $20 and buy 4 singles and one of them is great, one of them is really good, and 2 of them weren't that great, they're going to come back and buy more beer because they'll buy those 2 beers and then maybe 2 new beers. I go, and you'll rotate through your stock faster, and you're going to end up getting more people loving you because they've had a chance to try a lot of different things. And he goes, oh, that's a great idea. And then I didn't get the job in the end, and then they started selling them as singles, so that pissed me off too. Multinational, which is right around the corner from me, like I can walk to Multinational in 7 or 8 minutes. They sell their stuff as singles as well, but I haven't had an ESB from them. I'm not a huge IPA fan, and that seems to be the style that everybody wants to make here.
That's the style that Guy got me into, and I still love it very much.
Who was that was just talking?
Me, Radar.
No, down here. Okay,
Oh.
It was my wife. I was worried that it was our son coming down the stairs, and you were naked in the bathroom.
Are you actually totally naked?
She
First
is.
of all, he wouldn't
Oh.
say they're just. That's because they're good old boys around here. He'd say something stupid like can I watch TV because you're here? Like, it's the most redundant thing I've ever dealt with.
So, yeah, like for breweries in the Regina area, though, I think Multinational is my homer brewery because I can go there really easily, have a few beers, come home. I also like the staff there. I like the feel there because it's not a very busy brewery. Pile of Bones, probably the best beer I've had in town, but I don't even like walking into the brewery because it is so packed all the time. And they're in a stupid location for parking and such. Not that I drive, I'm blind. It's a stupid location for my wife to park at.
I think it's in the name that pile of boners. There's a bunch of boners in the place, so you don't.
Regina Brewing I like because Regina Brewing isn't as popular, so again it's not as full, but they have no parking. Rebellion has this tiny little like tiny skinny
Public service announcement: if you're gonna start a brewery, make sure you have parking because it's.
I heard it's a popular area.
yeah, and I mean the thing with the Rebellion, it's got this really skinny brewery. It has this really skinny parking lot. The brewery is nice, and just down the street from the brewery is Bushwhacker. Then you have Creekside Bar and Pub, which is also a brewery. It's a brew pub. Their beer is not great, but it's better than Taps in Niagara. But that's not a high bar to set. There's also like Straw Brewing Brew Pub. Last Straw Brew Pub. I haven't been there yet. And there's like one other brew pub in town as well that I haven't been to yet. Moose Jaw has a brewery. I've never had it because apparently it is not a brewery you can walk into and buy things from. And then like Saskatoon has the same amount of breweries as we have, so like 6 or 7. And I've had stuff from most of them, but not all of them.
Imph Brewery would be the best name.
Yamf. Aim starts with an I. Yamf.
EIMF.
No, it's IEIMPH. It always has been. Yamf.
That is 100% true. So there was a comment there, honey, that you'll appreciate. And it's for a city built on open, flat prairie. Regina's parking is the running shits.
Yeah, no shit. Parking. They're not a pedestrian-friendly city.
How far does Chad live from
you
that
can't
corner
fucking decide if
gas?
you want you to drive or fucking walk.
Hey, Radar?
That's the other thing too, right? Like I don't think I've seen a lot of bitters, and I'm a little sad about that. I know Pile of Bones was advertising a dark mild on their site, and I love milds, which are British styles as well. And I'm like, hey, do you have any of these milds left? I was talking to them, like, oh, we haven't made those in like 2 years. Well, then why the fuck are they on your website? Like, why are you advertising it as an available beer style if you haven't made it in 2 years?
How far does Chad live from Corner Gas?
I don't know where Corner Gas was.
The surveillance bush.
Do you know East Coast LQ reviews?
Fuck's sake.
No.
What's that?
Do you know East Coast LQ reviews?
No, I do not know.
LQ is a Larry Queen. Larry.
There you go. We're a half hour away.
From what?
Corner Gas.
Oh, yeah, from that town. Or whatever.
Surveillance bush is a very important bush.
The one bush. That was like the first episode, wasn't it?
What's that? You found my money? Yeah.
You know that I have sex with you for free. You don't have to pay me, right?
I know you have sex with me for free. I don't have to pay you, but that money was in my pocket.
And if you do want to pay me, first of all,
It's called rent.
Can I have my money, please?
Second of all, it's tradition to leave it on the bedside table, not in the bed.
Can I have my money, please?
Why?
So I can have my money, please?
I'll take silver bars.
Thank you. I was wondering where that went. Now I know. And I wouldn't say anything with you is free.
Get $1.
I know.
I have to pay for so much in this life.
Jojo.
And I wish you got back to you and your laundry.
I just fill the
Okay.
holes in your floor.
You made it was a little hole. You made a big hole. I would just cover it back up with the carpet, pretend it didn't fucking exist.
And
Who's
that's
making holes where?
in this house.
Hold on. Who's making holes where?
And you bought this.
Hang on a second, I'll be right back.
You're not paying for me. You're paying for you.
We bought this house sight unseen, and there's some things I wish I had seen.
You don't say.
Because their cement's made of fucking clay.
When we lived in Regina, when we lived in Niagara, when I lived in Niagara, I swore I would never buy another house with bamboo. Guess what was at this house when vegetation started growing?
Are you talking about actual plants are made of bamboo
Yeah.
outside?
Yes, there was bamboo outside between my fence and my garage that's growing from my neighbor's side, and
You know,
I cannot fucking kill it for the life of me. Again, I fucking hate dealing with bamboo. I hate dealing with bamboo. I hate dealing
I
with
really
bamboo.
don't like that they won't advertise what.
Say it again?
But they advertise how fat I am.
What?
Who's advertising who? What kind of jobs are
I
you
bought
doing?
her a football jersey for when we go to the games, and it was. She wanted a white one. I couldn't get the white one in the size she wanted. I tried to get the black one in the size she wanted. I couldn't get it, so I had to go with the green one. And I got her the retro new era one, so it doesn't say Saskatchewan on the front, but it has the patches on the side. But instead of saying Saskatchewan on the front, at the bottom of it, on the outside, it has the size of the
It
jersey.
has it on yours too.
I know.
So has she started running the 100 meters in 12 seconds?
Yeah, I
yet?
bought that because I like hats.
I love my hat.
I don't know what that is. It sounds very deadly over short distances.
100 meters, girls can do it in 10 seconds now. It's like Olympics. That's why I was asking, can she run at 100 meters in 12 seconds now? You told me she's a fast runner.
What are you talking about?
Your daughter!
Oh no, the other should kill Soleil in 5 seconds. It's fucking deadly.
What? She'll kill Cincinnati in 5 seconds?
Mhm.
Oh, she'll kill Cincinnati in 5 seconds.
Excuse me. Next is a lemon lime rattler.
Oh, lemon dime. Hello, dime.
That peach rattler was not very good. I do not want to review it now.
Hmm.
Oh no, there's a little human. My littlest human comes home in like 2 weeks.
Oh, one of your other wife's kids? And you and fuck. Sorry.
Well, Willis would be his daughter. That's the smallest one.
Oh,
Big Rock. It's Big Rock Brewing Company. Lemon
No,
lime.
that's not your daughter. That's a beer, Chad. There's a big difference.
I was answering J Rob.
Okay, so it's like J Rod.
This daughter, the 11-fingered wonder.
Yeah, it's like so. J Rod and J Bob is like the cracker version.
Hmm.
Tough crowd.
I gotta throw these socks out. I feel the cement balls on them. I still can't believe I got cement on my shorts.
I've never done cement, but did you fill out the holes already? What?
I have one hole that I need to do another layer on, but I have to grind it flat and then do the other layer on it. Everything's flat except for one hole, and it was the biggest hole. So what I did first was I dropped down quick setting floor cement. And once it's set, I used patching compound over top of it to get it to the right color. But the patching compound, there wasn't enough of it, so I have to get another patching compound, and then I have to get a top layer. So I have like two more days worth of cement work to do until that's done, and then I can start laying the floor again.
Ugh.
What are you saying? That I'm very white? So we have one of our supervisors at work. She doesn't know what to think of me because I always mess with her, and she walked into the office one time and didn't realize I was in there. And then she saw me and she gave me this look, right? Because it's like the first day I was working with her.
Was it a good book?
No, it wasn't a good look. It was like, what the fuck?
Oh, sorry,
I looked at her and I go, what's wrong? She goes, what do you mean? I go, you just don't like albinos, do you? And she's like, what? What do you think? I've ran with that ever since. And then we had a meeting, like an entire management meeting. And one of our guys is one of our supervisors is well, a bunch of our supervisors, but this one is from India, and he was sitting beside me, and he had a vacation, and he came back, and this was his first day back, and they're all like, "You look really dark," and he's like, "Really?" I go, "It's just because he's sitting beside me." He looked at me for a second, he tried to stay straight faced, and then he couldn't stop laughing for about 5 minutes. I'm thinking about getting up and going pee, which means I have to find a shirt because I told Vince that I would find a shirt if I had to get up.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
What, that I'd have to get a shirt?
Yeah.
Well, I do like sitting around with everything hanging out, but at the same time I don't because I have to go have a fire in the backyard now that the fire ban is gone. I'm almost done burning out that cedar tree that I cut down. I have like 3 more fires worth of cedar tree.
How do we go from Vince telling you wear a shirt to like control fires?
How do we control forest fires? You can't. Or what you do is
I think
millions
Vince is
of people
Vince is just jealous of the pearly whiteness of all this. That's what it is.
Well, other than you, I'm probably the whitest person you'll ever meet because even if I put myself under the sun, it won't like brown out my skin. It'll just go back to white right after. I'm like my mama always told me, he's like, put sunscreen or else you'll have cancer. And it's true, 'cause I have like that kind of skin.
Radar, you're in charge of the video stream. J-Rob, you're in charge of the chat room. I'm going to take a pee and get a shirt.
All right.
As soon as Chad
J-Rob
embraces
taking-
getting up to white.
Well, aside from presenting,
Fire cost I don't
cross sight the penis. Is that what you said?
Fire cost I don't kill this.
What? Hey,
Ouais.
cross sight ton cul.
What?
We're making people learn French. I'm all cross sight ton penis.
Chapeau?
Ta mère, moi, tu cancer, moi, ta maman. No, we shouldn't say that one.
Things you can't say that are they're illegal.
Yeah, well, we're not going to say the connection, but ta mère, moi, tu cancer, moi. Oh, fuck. What was the one you said? Oh yeah. Well, you said he had said so many dumb things. Not dumb, but things that make you go, huh? Kind of things
Chapeau penis.
that might actually be real, that you can do real. It's like if I get married one day, it's like it's done. I have to, like, I have no choice. Everybody at my wedding will have to wear dildos on their heads because of me. It's already.
Well, it has to be on the top hat because it's a chapeau penis.
Huh?
It'll have to be on the top hat.
Oh yeah, on a hat. Yeah, you're right.
Unless the bishop of penis.
It's like you get married with your wife. It's like, oh, finally we're married. All right, wife, here's your penis hat. Like what?
Anal plagiarism is the best.
I don't know. What was the one you wrote one night on a piece of paper?
Oh Jesus!
Rub your vaginal conquest firmly.
Yeah.
or the ungodly burp games.
Yeah.
If he can find it, I hope he can actually find that video again of his ungodly fart.
I like the one is circular
circular flatulence. But no, do you still have those old videos? I mean, I really want to hear that ungodly fart again. Like when we were watching Titanic, all right? And then he goes, I'm like filming, and then no, Gee's filming, and I'm like, what? We're drunk, and like I'm looking at fucking Titanic, like ha 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 ha, ha. And then Gee, but the camera brings it next to his ass and does the most ungodly fart you've ever heard. Like it wasn't long, it was short. It sounded like the sound. What would happen if a spaceship goes through another dimension? It literally was.
No, the best one is like right before I got sick, and they called my grandma. It's like,
when I burped. Oh no, I did not burp.
Remember the first like and then my grandma calls, and I could still laughing on the phone.
No, it's because what happened was when your grandma called, we were watching said videos. And then I put a video of me burping and like,
were you watching porn when your grandmother called?
No. Like, dude, there are hours and thousands of hours of like files on Gee's computer, a former computer of me and Gee, back when I had a little digital camera from 2007 to 2011. Millions of hours of shit that we filmed. And the one time I was playing one of the videos on his computer when his grandmother called, and then like as she's talking to Guy on the phone, I play one of them, and it was a video of me doing one hell of a fucking burp, like one of the ungodly burps I used to do. Like what she must have heard it, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Guy, this is the people you choose to hang out with, Guy.
Well, no,
so many hours.
He didn't choose me. We ended up in the same room one time and looked at each other like, "You're an asshole." Oh my!
It's more like a garage.
We're going to destroy the world.
Millions of hours at garage drinking.
Yeah. Oh my god. I mean, a reason Phoenix became Phoenix is because of Gee's place.
So, J-Rob, where are some places I have to try here in Regina? Where are some food eateries or some drinkeries, places like that, things that I have to do? Because I don't know. I go to Little Saigon often because it's right around the corner from my house. Like, legitimately, I'm there in like 2.5 minutes. So that's fun. I choose which dog is in charge when I leave and leave one of the dogs in charge.
And whichever dog is chosen is like, I shall defend with my life.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, well, remember, I have 300+ pound dogs, right? Like one of them is 165.
Holy shit.
One of them is 135 and one of them is 120. And the one that's 120, he would probably let you murder the family if you gave him a pet. But the other two,
that's the Bernese, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I know. I know Bernese. I had one, and that is so their temperament.
Yeah. Oh, you love me? Go ahead, kill them. It's okay.
Because they don't know anything. Bernese Mountain Dogs do not know greed or hate at all. And you can agree with me with this on that one. They don't know greed or hate.
All you have to do is say good boy, and he's like, oh my god! Ah!
Like, oh shit, I just killed him. Good boy. All right, yeah, I'm gonna
he will not block though. If you put the leash on him, he freaks out. He's like, what the fuck is this? But and then we have the Saint Bernard / Great Pyrenees, and then the Great Pyrenees. So the Great Pyrenees will protect the house with her life. She's actually already in our first week here. My wife forgot to close the bathroom window, and a homeless guy tried to crawl in through the window, and she tried to eat his face. And word got out that we have a dog that will eat your face, and no one's come near the house really since then. And the Saint Bernard / Great Pyrenees, he looks like a Saint Bernard. He does. Everything about him looks like a dopey Saint Bernard, but his personality is full on Great Pyrenees. Like, he'll protect the house with his life too. I could get into some Japanese barbecue. My favorite cuisines are Indian and Thai, and I love spicy, but I can get into Japanese barbecue. There's a Japanese barbecue right at the end of my street. I've just never tried it yet. Something teppanyaki, but yeah, it's right at the end of the street, and I could go up there, and I feel like I'm in a good location because nothing's more than like 15 minutes away from my house in the city. I can walk to the Science Center in like 15 minutes. I could drive to the Costco in under 15 minutes. My work is about 9 minutes away from here if I get a drive, about an hour away if I walk. Lots of liquor stores, like I said, multinationals within 10 minutes of my door. So I really like that. I can walk to most breweries in 45 minutes, which is great because, again, I'm blind. So being able to get to those places is great. Well, no, and I always hear people complain, right? Like, I'll sit in the lunchroom because I sit in the lunch. I have my own office, but I go into the lunchroom at work so that I can bond with my staff and stuff, right? So they can ask me because they all have questions, because I have, according to a lot of the younger ones, I have a lot of lore because I've done a lot, as Guy knows, I've done a lot of stupid things in my life. So I have a lot of lore according to them, and I'll sit in there and talk with them. And, you know, some of the older ones are like, oh, traffic's bad today. I go, what traffic? There's like 6 cars on the road. Like, I find it funny that in Regina, traffic is if you're slowed down by like 3 minutes. I'm like, do you want to go to Toronto or Ottawa and see what traffic really is? Since, you know, Toronto, the population of Toronto is 3 times the population of this entire province. So I can show you traffic. Like, I can show you have to drive through Toronto at 3 a.m. and there's still traffic on the road, type of traffic.
I think within the last 3 months, I've seen 2 flipped over cars, and as I got there, the fire department got there with like the jaws of life. It's like, oh, okay, it's a natural occurrence now.
No,
I've seen some weird shit lately. Like, it's just getting used to it.
There's a lot of, like, here, I've seen a few accidents here. I have. And you know how, like, in Ontario, you, like, push your car off to the side of the road and you put your hazards on and all that? Here, they just leave it in the middle of the fucking road. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Move your fucking car.
I think I was driving to Arnprior.
Arnprior?
She's like, my car, BMW, of course. But it's like, can you push my car? Okay, just put in your control. I push your car side of the road. I was like, okay, there we go.
Why were you going to my hometown there, sir?
XX.
Huh? Yeah, you know,
XX.
Don't
Anyways, I've been reading a little
anyone from Arnprior, as I'm here married to somebody from Arnprior. Don't date anyone from Arnprior.
Arnprior.
Well, sometimes you, when you're good, you just press the eject seat early now.
Anyways, I've been reading about the Regina Pats, the oldest junior team still running. and any junior teams, major junior in Canada. Canada. Players of note: Jordan Eberle. And guess where fucking what's his face Connor Bedard played before joining the Chicago Blackhawks and being like the next Gretzky or that guy from Nova Scotia there, Crosby.
The
Connor
Crosby?
Bedard. Connor Bedard played for the
Seth
Regina
Bedard is my friend.
Yes, Connor Bedard is a hockey player who was like the rookie of the year, I think, this year so far.
You can't trust that name.
I,
Ezra Tikkanen and Al McInnes played for Regina Pats. Al McInnes is one of my favorite players. I remember him
I loved Al McInnes.
when I was watching hockey religiously
I
in
remember-
the early 90s. That was a big name.
I remember my 8th grade.
I
teacher-
hated the
teacher.
Capitals, but I loved Al McInnes.
Al McInnes never
She
played for
would
the
get
Capitals.
all wet Alexi
Capitals?
Ashton.
No, he played
Who
for
did he play
Calgary.
for?
He played for Calgary and then St. Louis. He won a cup in '89 with Calgary. And he only played for two teams, the Calgary Flames and St. Louis
Who
Blues.
the fuck am I thinking of for?
Ali Afridi?
No, he had one. It was a defenseman, and he had one of the hardest shots.
Yeah,
and he
Ali
played-
Afridi.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy that had the record until guys with like those carbon sticks started beating it like not long ago. And they're saying that if he had one of those sticks, he would have easily done 115 miles per hour. I mean, he did a 107. Now the record is 109. Like the guy, Ali Afridi, 107 with a wooden stick. That is nuts.
Can
That
they,
is-
they only do the record recording with the wooden stick, or doesn't matter?
Well, no, but he did when he recorded his 106.
Back then, they didn't have the composite sticks.
Yeah, like the sticks that we have now are like carbon fiber designed to like stretch and like hit as fast as possible. The best is still Zdeno Chara at 108, I think.
And Zdeno Chara was a lot bigger than any other.
Oh, dude, the guy had like they had to extend his stick because he was 7 foot tall or something.
Bud Light double line.
Yeah, 105.2 in '93 for Ali Afridi. He played for the Capitals for the longest time, and then well, he was injured a lot after that. He tried to play for the Bruins and then the Sharks, but he didn't play long after that because he was injured all the time.
See, my concussions started right around 92, so that's where things start getting fuzzy for me.
So yeah, Washington Capitals. That's when he was like on a high. Before that, he played for Toronto and he was good there, but then he was traded to Capitals for Peter Zezel and Bob Rouse. I'm reading it right now. So yeah, in 1993, he hit a 105.2 miles per hour. It was only broken in 2009, but Zdeno Chara with 105.4. Like that's nuts. Oh. But yeah, Ali Afridi, I remember him. And I remember some of my old VHS tapes where he got hit by Luke Richardson so bad. Anyways, Chico Resch is from the Regina Pats.
I'm gonna have to look up what game tickets are for them because again, if the CFL tickets are $42, the OHL tickets shouldn't be that bad.
The CHL?
CFL.
Oh, really? Only for $43? That's actually not that bad.
Yeah,
It's
like
$80
as long as you
here
don't
and
want to sit, if you're not trying to sit in the 100 zone of the end zones, which are like $70, most other tickets are like $30 plus all the fees, so it comes
that's
to about
actually not that
42.
bad for a CFL.
Like me, Alicia, and Aiden went to the game for $130.
Yeah, oh, that's pretty good actually. Let's see.
And then we got there, and somebody's like, "These aren't your seats; these are mine." I go, "Really? Here's my tickets." And I show my phone, and they're like, and they just move, and I go, "Well, where's your tickets? Why don't you show me your phone?" No. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Regina Pat's highest ticket is 45. And you can get some for 30. Depending who's playing. This is off of Reddit though, so it might change from last year.
Yeah, well,
When
30
Connor
bucks
Bedard-
a ticket isn't horrible for a night
Not
out
that
watching a
bad,
game,
actually.
right? Like,
That's pretty good actually. Here in Ottawa, it's fucking $50. But
And
the beer is
what's
cheap.
what's the NFL? What's the CFL tickets there, and what's the NHL ticket?
From what I heard, it's actually around the same thing. It's not that bad. But
For
the
CFL?
hamburgers, the hot dog and beer is not as expensive, of course, as like NHL games. I could take a look. I could go in a second.
Well, I can see the CFL being cheaper because the CFL players don't get paid like the NHL players or anything.
No, look, I think the top player that was paid like $1 million a year was like 3 years ago. Nobody's paid $1 million a year now. Let's see here. Ottawa Red Blacks, which are not really good this year.
I think I might be going to the long weekend game, which has us playing the Red Blacks.
Mhm.
I liked Ottawa better when they were also the Rough Riders.
Oh man, those are glory days.
Yeah,
Rough Rider.
When I went to Regina Public School in Ottawa, my principal was a Ottawa Rough Rider originally before he became a principal, and he had been on the team when they won the Grey Cup. So he came in with all the pictures and all the memorabilia, and we got to take pictures wearing his helmet and everything. It was a cool time.
Oh, there you go, $25 for a row, which is not the highest, but that's actually pretty damn good. $25, $30 if you're in row 2. That's actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, our tickets were, like I said, $42 a ticket after all the Ticketmaster fees, and it was section 228, so it was right on the corner of one of the end zones.
Okay, like below, like the lower levels, or
the second level, because there's 3 levels. So we were in the
Okay.
second level, row 8. They were pretty damn good tickets. You saw everything.
Yeah, 35. Well, subtotal here is $35. Actually, pretty damn good. I should go, and I have a lot. There's a lot of my people I know that went there and like, oh, you gotta go. And it's like, oh, you know what?
I can tell you, I've been to a lot of sporting events. I've been an athlete in a lot of sporting events, and I've been a spectator in a lot of sporting events.
Yeah.
The Mosaic Stadium was fucking electric. I've never felt that at a stadium before. Like it was awesome.
Mosaic is where the Rough Riders play.
Yes.
Oh, really? Huh. Well, let's go there next year. There, Guy, around August or July, and then we'll see a Rough Riders game against.
Yeah, it's electric. Like the crowd gives you the chills with how excited they are. However, I was really sad because once they started losing, because we were playing the worst team in the league.
BC or whoever.
No, the Edmonton Elks.
Yes. Have they won a game yet?
They won against us.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, Alicia was amazed because within the first 6 seconds we were up by a touchdown. A touchdown in the first 6 seconds. Then we lost by 2 touchdowns in the end. But I was really disappointed at how many people got up and left the stadium instead of supporting their team.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of whether they're winning or losing, support your damn team. Like,
yeah. Well, is it like a hockey game where they're losing 6-1? There's like 2 minutes left. Well, then I would probably leave. But you know what? Football games was still like within 7.
it wasn't within 7.
I
don't know what happened. I don't know because they hadn't lost a lot of games by then. Like they were still one of the top teams in the league, but all of a sudden it was like we're no longer the top team in the league. We just got our asses wiped by the Elks.
Well, who's leading right now? I think fucking Montreal. Montreal is up there.
I think Saskatchewan played Montreal today. I don't know who won that game.
Well, East Division, I think it's still Montreal. Yeah, because they had like 8 wins like last week, I think. Oh, there you go. 7-1. Ottawa's 5-2-1. Toronto is 4-4. Hamilton, they still exist. 2-6-0. Saskatchewan is still first in the West Division. 5-3-1. BC is 5-3-0. Calgary 4-4. Winnipeg 3-6. And Edmonton 1-7. Again, they won against you.
Oh, yesterday they played the Red Blacks, and it was 22-22 as the final.
Really? Oh, yeah, that's where the tie is from. The T, yeah.
And then they lost to the Elks 42-31.
And that's the game you went to see.
Yeah. And like I said, in 6 seconds it was 7-0. And then it was 42-31.
Isn't a football game so awesome to see though? There's a weird obsession with getting out of the stadium early here. Oh, I know.
It's because nobody wants to know what real traffic is, J-Rob. Nobody wants to know what real traffic is. When there's 2 cars on the street, you guys are freaking out that traffic's a problem. So, they can't be there when 30,000 people are trying to get away from the stadium.
Is traffic a problem after a game in Regina? Not compared to here. I mean, it can't be. Right? Is traffic a problem after... Saskatoon is like that too. Arena will be half empty within 5 minutes. The Blades get out. Yeah, but the traffic after a Regina, Saskatchewan Roughriders game can't be as bad as it is in Ottawa Senators getting here.
Well, here's the thing, right? You have to remember, okay? So if the stadium is full, if the stadium is at capacity, it's like 44,000 people. Yeah. The city's population is like 260,000.
Uh-huh.
So you have technically a quarter of the population of the city at that stadium.
Yeah, it's true. Because I mean, other than the Rough Riders, what is there in Regina like as their main sport is the CFL?
The CFL is their highest league sport. Yeah,
do you think they could have an NHL team, or is it not big enough?
No. Again, the population of Saskatchewan is only like 2.7 million. Like Toronto is 6 million alone.
Yeah. And Hamilton.
Then if you add GTA to Toronto, you're at like 8 million.
Games.
But it's why things are. People freak out, right? They're like, "Why would you come here?" I'm like, "Things are so much easier here." I had a family doctor in the first month I lived here. I still wouldn't have a family doctor if I was in if I was in Ontario. I had my health card in my hand 2.5 weeks after moving into this province. Okay. You know how long it would take me to get my health card if I had just moved to Toronto or something?
Months. Schmuggen. Yeah. Wow. Well, if I can is there a Hard Rock casino in Regina?
Regina has a casino.
Yeah, but is it Hard Rock? No, it's not. I mean, Hard Rock, where I work now,
casinos are ran by, they're like the U.S., they're ran by First Nations.
Well, so is Hard Rock. Hard Rock, like the whole Hard Rock that owns all the Hard Rock casinos, hotels, everywhere in the world, is by the Seminole Indians for Florida.
Like yes, but the casinos in Ontario are ran by the OLG.
No, it's not. Ours is Hard Rock by the Seminoles. OLG has nothing to do with them anymore.
The way the OLG runs their casinos in Ontario is they're all overseen and run technically by the government, but they have management groups. Like Saskatchewan, Niagara Falls is the Mohegans. Mohegan Sons bought out the management group, so they took over for Fallsview Management and took over the casino. But the casino is still technically owned by OLG,
but not the Hard Rock here. OLG has nothing to do with the ones we have. Wow, I learned that the other day. I'm like, I really thought OLG had something to do with it. It's like, nope, they have absolutely nothing to do with this one. It's all the Seminole, the Florida, and.
Something must have changed in the last few years then,
because so, yeah.
Even the charity casinos that were in like London and Sarnia and all that, they are all run by different groups. Like different groups run them, but they're all technically owned by OLG.
By OLG, but no, that's something I learned from the day one. It's like it's by Seminole, and they went like it's the OLG has nothing to do. And I asked that question a bunch of times. Like they have nothing to do with us.
And they will tell you that you're not an OLG employee. You're an employee to the management group.
No,
and the reason you're an employee to the management group is so that they don't have to give you government benefits.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the big fights at Fallsview and Casino Niagara when Fallsview Management ran us. Was, well, if OLG owns us, why aren't we OLG employees?
Yeah.
And they were, well, we run the casino. It's our casino, so you belong to us, not the OLG. Just the building belongs to the OLG.
No, but no, we had to learn the Seminole lineage and what they stand for, and that they've never been invaded or captured by any other blah 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 blah. They're like the only American Native Indians that never. How can I say they never. They're like the only natives in America that never what's the word? They never. Well, they were never conquered. When the Spanish were here and then they were given over to the Americans, like, okay, you can keep your shit. They were never conquered. The Seminole.
See, when the Mohegan Suns took over Fallsview Casino, I ended up getting some stuff from them because they were trying to get me to come back to them, and I just never went back to them. And it was interesting because I lived in a dry reserve, and they sent me a bunch of alcohol.
Yeah.
They're like, here, you should come and work for us. I go, I can't afford to live in Niagara anymore, guys. Thanks for the booze, though.
But anyways, yeah, it's a good job. And so as a valet, I'm the guy at the front door half the time, and the other half I'm like in the trailer waiting for somebody to call me to get a car. It's a very easy going job. Like it's easy, but I like when I'm at the front, like conversing with people and shit. And it's mainly old people. But you do have 2 weeks ago we had 5440. Remember that band?
Yes.
We had them.
Ocean Pearl and all that stuff.
Yeah, and that Bloody Two Shoes song that one band copied and whatever.
When Alicia's parents were here for my visit with my kids, Alicia's dad, I don't know how he had all these horseshoes surgically implanted into his ass. But if any casino he goes to, he walks in, he walks out with huge amounts of money. And he walked into one night he couldn't sleep, so he borrowed our car. He drove up to the Regina casino, went in with like $100, walked out with like 4,500. I'm like, you piece of shit. He's like, what? I'm like, next time ask me for the money. I'll give you the money. Go win me money. And he's like, okay. So I handed him like $100. I'm like, here, go win me some money. And he walked in. He came out with like $500 for me. And I'm like, see, if I went in, I'd walk out with negative 700 because I would have just kept losing. And it's not like he plays cards or anything like that. He doesn't play the table games. He doesn't play anything where you might be able to make some type of strategy to win money. He plays fucking slots. So I don't know how the fuck he wins at slots all the time because they're what's in the casino to take your money. No. They're what's designed to take every cent of your money. So how is he walking out with money all the time? It doesn't matter where he is.
Because there's some machines where you add one coin, okay, it's not going to give you anything. Even if you have like the one thing that slows down, that if you put two, you would have $10 and stuff like that. But if you count like the number of times where, okay, there's that one thing that only shows up around 40 times and blah, blah, blah. And you put two of them, like every of those 80 times, and it might, I don't know. Like, I think James Coburn, like the actor, had like a secret to that, and people apparently claim to have millions off of that. Like it's weird because I've seen people come in every day, and I know them by name almost. And they come in, it's like, oh, I do this way, I do this way, and I show up $300 every day. I was like, fuck. I mean, there's tactics to this shit.
What time do I start tomorrow?
So yeah, I'm drunk.
Why are you drunk?
Yeah, well, I mean, I rarely drink nowadays, man, and I've only drank 5 years. But
again, I'm listening to less of Mohican's theme song in the background too.
Oh, I gotta watch. Are you actually playing that on the side right now?
Yeah. A lot of people try to cover it, but the original is just the best.
Oh, I miss those days.
Good old days of scalping white men.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I gotta watch that movie Dances with Wolves again. I haven't seen it in years. I gotta watch it again.
Tatanka, you're pitching yellow.
Yeah,
Tatanka.
Tadanga. Kevin Costner, fuck you. I mean, Tadanga.
John Dunbar. Yeah, Dunbar.
John Dunbar. Dunbar.
Dunbar.
Should be Dunbar, but you know. I mean,
Sorry guys, I'm trying to log into my work thing so that I can actually see what I work tomorrow.
Oh, you're working tomorrow. Fuck.
There was an update, so it kicked me out. 10:30 to 7. Okay.
Huh.
Okay.
That could work.
Then I'm 10 to 6:30, then 10 to 6:30, then 9:30 to 6, then I'm off for 2, then I'm 1:30 to 10.
Hey, if you didn't get me a job that's $20 an hour, I'll move there.
I'm $29.50 an hour.
Fuck. Good for you. I mean, I'm only paid $17. Mind you, I do tips. Like it's averaging.
You do
20
tips?
Tips.
Tips?
No, dude, I do tips, like TIPS. Like it averages about $20, but 2 weeks ago when it was that 5440 band, it was $75 in tips. Like at the end of the day, it's shared on how many hours you do and whatnot with like everybody. But it's $75 for that one day. Wednesday I made 25, which is like high for a fucking Wednesday.
See, when I worked at Fallsview, the highest tip out you would get was like $250 for a night.
Oh, yeah,
the lowest you would get is
you weren't a
$5.
valet. You were like just like a player on the tables, right?
No, I was a bartender.
Yeah, even
Well, and a bar porter, so like a bar back, wash dishes, that type of stuff. But $250 was your highest. It all depended on what bar you ended up on.
Okay.
But between $250 and $5 was your tip out.
Oh, $2.50?
No, $250 to $5.
Okay, $2.50 and $5. That's
if you had
good.
service bar 3 in the buffet, you would always make $3 from the buffet, and you'd probably make $2 to $5 from service bar 3. And your shift was cut short because you'd be done at 11 p.m.
Oh no, they don't have that here at least. And there's a couple of girls that work as a table girls that are fucking hot. I mean, like fucking gorgeous. Like, what are you doing here?
The thing, J-Rob, and I think this is the thing that a lot of people from outside the country, outside the province, don't realize, and it is a thing, is that you can make a lot less money in this province and live a lot better than you can live in some of the other provinces. Our first goal when we were going to move out here was to save up enough money to just buy a house outright. And then if we had minimum wage jobs, we didn't care because we had no mortgage. Not what ended up happening because we both had to get out of the Arctic for different reasons. I mean, I didn't do very well after my dogs were murdered, after I had a dog that was raped, after I was sexually assaulted, after my wife was punched in the face. I didn't do very well on all that. I was like, we have to leave the Arctic. We can't stay here.
Are they that bad over there? Those natives? I mean, I don't want to.
It was worse in Inuit territory than it was in the reserves. But on the reserves, it wasn't much better in the hard to get to reserves. On the hard to get to reserves, though, for the most part, you were left alone. The stuff that happened on the reserve didn't normally affect you, but it did affect you because it affects the life of everybody that works for you. When you're in the Inuit territory, you're right in the heart of the community, and everything happens to everybody, right? So we had to leave. We couldn't stay anymore, and we came here, and I took a big pay cut going to the job I went to originally. And when I was interviewing for the job I have now, my district manager asked me what I got paid at the job I was at, and I told him, and he laughed for about 35 seconds. He's like, "That's what they're paying you to do what you're doing." I'm like, "Yep." He goes, so you have no problem with what we're offering you? I go, nope. And we went. However, we did get screwed out of a lot of money. We were expecting our bonuses. We were expecting this. We were expecting that. We got screwed out of all of it because we left. And that's why I'm in the financial conundrum I'm in right now, is because I had to live on credit cards for a month. There was repairs to this house that had to be done, and we knew we had it in our budget, and then that stuff happened and it was no longer in the budget, but it still had to be done. So things happened that weren't great. We'll get out of it. We will. It's just going to take time.
That's a shame. I mean, I don't know, man. These kind of places, you wish it would go well, but I mean, why did
if I had left the Arctic and went directly to the job I'm in right now, life would have been a different life than leaving the Arctic and having gone to where I had to go to first. Or if I had gotten the job with Rebellion Brewing that I was trying to get, things would have been different. When I dropped like $6,000 in wage, and had bills on top of that hurt. And Saskatchewan is taxed harder than Quebec or Manitoba or Ontario, so it really hurt. But now we're at a point where we can start clawing out of it. It's going to be a long drawn thing, but once we're out, we're good. Are you down here shitting?
Huh? Yeah.
Turn the fan on.
Well, that fan's always on my face when I sleep. Well, you're talking to your wife? Oh, sorry.
I was talking about you.
Yeah, every time I sleep, there's a fan next to me.
Start a fire in a few minutes?
Yeah. You know what? The last time I slept without a fan next to my face was at Chad's. I think that was the last time. Literally. Because I remember at his place, there was no fan next to my place. Next to my face.
What, when you passed out in the basement on the couch?
Yeah, there was no fan next to me. Oh, maybe I did, but
no, you were just so drunk that you passed out.
Yeah, but I remember that like one of my favorite videos on your channel is sleep review. You want to know
the radar sleep review?
No, it's like Albino Ryan sleep review. And you see, and like his hands twitching. And you said, "Oh, I give 8 out of 10," and like I think it was like what's his face? Your buddy Bubba who says, "Nah, that's 10 out of 10."
Bubba,
yeah.
When we used to hang out in Arnprior, there was a kid named Tyler Scott, and Tyler was a good old boy. He was a farmer and everything else, and he had horrendous sleep apnea. I actually believe we have some videos of it on the channel at the very beginning. And we would like take his beer out of his hand and put a tube of caulk in his hand and shit. Like he was completely out of it. Yeah. He's also the one that at my he made out with my grandmother.
What?
Yeah, he made out with my grandmother.
No. I gotta take a piss.
Granny McGee and him made out. It was pretty awesome.
Like I'm Pornhub, but like what's going on? Browsers.
Yes, Brazzers. That's when he did it.
Can't talk about it. Alicia's pooping on me.
I have no problem with that, so I'm not going to correct it. I'm a dirty old man.
Try and drive it in heavy equipment. Why are you not making more than 25 hours more?
I'm blind. I can't drive heavy equipment. Well, I can drive it. I'm not allowed to drive it.
You were driving like skidoos and shit.
Skidoos aren't heavy equipment. But you're right, I was. Oh, sounds like our dogs are barking at Dan's dogs.
Oh yeah, I let them out because Dave was ignoring them, and I ran her community.
Well, let me call our son and tell him to get his ass outside.
Till then, spaghetti's on barbecue.
He's not going to answer.
Hello?
Go take care of the dogs. They're outside. Bye.
What are you talking to Dan for?
No, our neighbor's name is Dan.
You just tell him your fucking dogs are barking. Go take care of the dogs.
No, I called my son and said our dogs are outside barking. Go take care of them. If they're outside alone and Dan's little Shih Tzus come out, they start freaking out on the Shih Tzus. Now the Shih Tzus are smaller than the shit my dogs take. So, yeah. Well, unfortunately, only Guy's left, so Guy is in charge while I take a pee.
Like that, everybody jerking off. How's everybody's tip doing tonight?
I haven't been
Yeah.
turned down yet, Guy. I only jerk off when my wife turns me down.
Don't interrupt me when I'm working. Everybody wearing a hoodie.
Oh, God, you stink.
You're just wearing a turtleneck or what? What's going on? You guys spitting on the tip? You keep it warm. What's $5 a pound worth these days? Should I mix the cream with the cement
Is
to
that
make
where
it
you
harder?
left it?
It's not where I left it.
It is where you left it.
It is where you left it. God damn it!
That bitch didn't put toilet paper on this
I
one.
left it right here.
You left it in the toilet paper. Hey,
I left
mixed
it
chocolate
right
with corn.
here.
It was right
God
there.
damn it!
I left it right here. I'm not going to stand up and use the counter to wipe my ass.
I don't see
Chad.
the counter to wipe my
Chad,
ass.
I
Prove
have
it.
Where's
pictures.
the
Videos were never fucking happened, woman.
Where's the
Jamie?
wife beater when you
Huh? Jamie, all of it never happened. Huh?
motherfuckers?
Yes.
Yes.
Really, because there's piss on my scale.
And fuck your Christmas. That's what I'm talking about.
Your
What?
scale's not in the tub.
I'm well aware because you fucking turned with piss coming out.
Who's turning the corn tub? God damn it!
Well, if you just let me pee between your legs while you're pooping.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Fucking clean your goddamn mess up. I'm not cleaning piss off the floor. You're a fucking
How about you buy more Kirkland toilet paper? Oh,
We
fuck
buy
it.
a lot of Kirkland toilet paper. It's the only toilet paper we buy.
I remember. I remember when G lived in his apartment. Like he had like that Costco toilet paper, like that big fucking like package, which was in the bag, was like bigger than a fucking Volkswagen. Remember that, G? Like, where the fuck did you get that? Like, what the fuck? It was huge. You were sitting like flowers, right?
Yeah, because you did your Crest Isaac review right beside it.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. The Chris Lysak review. God. Have you seen that? Oh, fuck. The Chris Lysak review on Guy's channel. That was like a couple of months before you left there, I think. Where I had to do like Chris Lysak review when he has this with his hands. Oh,
Right before I got my fucking soul ripped out of my body.
the
J
what?
Rob, she actually acts like that because she knows the camera's on. We really do really love each other.
I just join in our arguments if I be there.
Huh?
That's the thing, bro. Weird too.
What?
YouTube. You feel weird when you go in a new house at the beginning. At a certain point, you just like embrace chat. It's like I was fucking joining this argument with motherfuckers.
Where's Redbeard? I gotta send him in. Oh, he's working tomorrow morning early. Fuck. Well,
She's also Croatian, French, and native, so she gets very angry very quickly.
your wife?
Yes.
Well, Croatian, yeah, that the anger can get. No, Croatian are like the least worst of the former Yugoslavia people. They're good people, right? Let her know I said that. They're the least worst of the Yugoslav people. Croatia. It's actually a really nice country to go to, Croatia.
That's a lot of rage.
Especially the girls in Croatia are fucking hot. Trust me. There's no ounce of fucking McDonald's fat in those girls, trust me.
I haven't played Rage in a long time. That was like I think I just rented it on fucking SNES back then.
We're talking about. Okay.
Did you ever fucking play Rage? It's like fucking straight up dinosaurs.
Yeah, I did actually. Fuck, I think I had the no. My older sister had that game, but she didn't want us to play it. But I did it anyway. But you know what? I didn't like that game. On Super Nintendo, the game I was always played and always was Super Mario World, and I was the master of that game. And Super Mario Kart on Super Nintendo. Before the 64 came out, I had that. But of course, then Super Mario Kart 64 came out, and that was the best game ever.
See,
And I still have a soft spot for that game. Yeah.
I was such a dweeb that my Super NES game library was like Seventh Saga, Breath of Fire, Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3.
I played those. Yeah, Final Fantasy 3. I remember that.
Breath of Mana, Secret of Evermore. That was all the stuff I had. Like I had all like RPGs, and yeah.
Huh.
Real pagan gameplay.
Real pagan.
And then I also had things like Final Fight, and I was never able to beat Final Fight.
Final Fight. That rings a bell. What is that?
That was like Cody and Hagar trying to save Hagar's daughter.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm blind. I wasn't great with the Super Scope.
No. And that was it for Super Nintendo. After that, I remember we had a Nintendo for a long time, but we had the Super Nintendo for only like 4 years, maybe. But then it was like Nintendo 64, and of course, GoldenEye. I must have played years of GoldenEye. That was a good game.
Yeah, we had a rule you couldn't be Odd Job.
Yes, yeah, my buddies had that too. And I played my buddies there, my Conley and Cornwall and shit like, fuck. It's like, no, you got this asshole. And then I'm playing against McConley. You know McConley, right?
Yeah.
You met him. And he was like the best at game. We would show up. That we would play with the proxy mine. He would obviously know exactly where to put the proxy mine. The record for him to kill somebody straight was me 37 times straight after spawning, because we always played with a license to kill, right? I show up, boom. I show up, boom. The record was 37 times.
See, when we were in university, we started. That's when Battlefield, 1942 and all that came out.
Oh yeah, we did that.
And
I still played that game for a long time.
People hated me because they all knew I was blind, but I would always play as the scout, and I would snipe them from like one side of Crescent Island to the other. And they would always be. We would do it all in like one room. We'd move all of our computers into like the lounge, and we'd have like a fucking party, a LAN party.
Yeah.
And they'd be killing them, and they'd be like, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" And they'd respawn and I'd kill them again. They're like, "How the fuck is the blind guy killing me like this?" Like, I can see in this game.
I still want to play that game, Battlefield 1942. I mean, oh.
Well, it's like when I was playing Battlefield 1, which was the World War I version, with Lysak all the time. I would always be the medic, and I would always have the most points in the fucking team because I would revive or heal everybody. Like, I wouldn't get a kill. I'd have 0 kills, but I'd have the most points in the entire round.
Yeah, because you're
Yeah, and then when I got to the point that I was able to get away from the fucking bolt action gun and get the machine gun for the medic, then I started racking up kills too because I could just light somebody up, right?
I remember the days of me and Guy with fucking Guy, help me out here. Unreal Tournament. Even years after it came out, that's when we came up with our names, right? Bander Ferocement. That's where we came up with Bander Ferocement.
Oh yeah.
Bander Ferocement.
I kind of wish I hadn't gone to the Arctic, but at the same time I needed to, and it's why my life is where it's at now, where we're living in a province and a city that we actually really enjoy, and we're living in a house we really enjoy, other than the fucking floor. But I wish we hadn't gone because of a lot of things that I had to get rid of. I had to rehome my boxer because Boris was my baby, but he wasn't allowed to fly, so rehoming him destroyed me. I had to sell all my vintage video game systems because I had the Nintendo, I had the Super Nintendo, I had the Genesis, I had all that shit.
Well, yeah, the beer cave. Didn't you? Huh.
We're having a pretty good night. How about yourself?
Oh, yeah. Who we're talking about? Marianne Brisson. Hope you guys are having a great night. Thank you, Marianne Brisson. Well, you can join us on what's his face, StreamYard, whatever. Yeah.
We have 10 minutes left before I have to go have a fire in the backyard to burn off some more cedar. What do we want to talk about?
Well, no. What?
My goal is to finish burning off the entire cedar tree before the end of the season.
Have you cut it up?
Oh, yeah. It's cut into pieces. I use it as my fire starter. I put it underneath all the real wood.
I'm going to ask my mom if I can get money from her husband's millionaire son to like pay me to go there for. Because he's an asshole, but millionaire, like multi-millionaire. I mean, the guy gave her like $1 million last year, like give me a few, like $400. I mean, he's a fucking asshole. I hate him. Like the guy is a co-creator of fucking what was Spotify, no Shopify. Not Spotify, man. He did No, Shopify. He's one of the guys that not creative, but like one of the guys right after. He's rich as fuck. Like, fuck on, man. Give me a break. I don't want to fucking work for a living. I've been doing that for fucking 40 years. Fuck off. Fuck. I need to make money and give money to the poor, right? right, Mary.
Hey man, we all work for a living. It's
I know, and you know what? It's like I've worked so fucking hard for a living, and then I see these fucking billionaires getting more billions. It's like it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be.
Unfortunately, we're all plebs. We're all cogs in the wheel.
But it shouldn't be that way. It just shouldn't be that way. time to start your OnlyFans. But yeah, well, when you have your penis that's not more than 4 inches, that's not gonna fucking work. Fuck off. I'm joking. Okay, maybe J-Bob, I'm sorry. Maybe you have a very big dick, so you go ahead.
I do have my OnlyFans page. It's a Naughty Santa page.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the name?
Naughty Santa.
Have you made money?
I haven't actually really posted anything. I think I have. I have some pictures from my Santa Claus boudoir session.
One. It's like the well, it was something off the Beernomicron. I can't remember what it was. Right, Guy?
Candy cane up there.
No. It was more like whenever you fart, because the Beernomicron lore, whenever you fart, it's like it creates those the time vortex where you can actually, whenever you fart, the fart goes through time and shit like that. But you tried to do an OnlyFans, but it wouldn't work because it would create a time vortex for everybody else's camera to go back to 1952. Yeah. Or so is the history of Beernomicron. Chad, you don't know much of the Beernomicron. I'm not going to say anything more about that.
The thing is, I'm not a female, so I can't make much money on it.
No, the Beernomicron doesn't cater to females.
No, I'm talking about OnlyFans. OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
Who make money on there?
I know Denise Richards' daughter had it.
I watch a lot of podcasts and stuff that have OnlyFans girls go on it, and they're like, "Oh my lord, look at all the money I'm making in this stuff." What is your skill set going to be when all the like 50 and 60-year-old men that are paying to watch you naked die? What are you going to do?
It's going to be us when we're 50 and 60-year-old.
I don't pay to watch that shit. I have a woman that does it for me. I'm not and that's the thing, right? It's our like 40-year-old version and up that pay for that stuff. But what happens when they all are gone? Because the guys that are like 30 and 20, they don't have the money for that. So what happens? Well, I guess they kind of have the money for it because a lot of them are living at home with their parents. But what happens when they leave?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I'm plastered at this point.
It's a fad that only has another like 10 or 15 years left before all the people that pay for it die.
Well, there's people who are in the age group right after that. Maybe not as many, but probably as richer, right?
Well, it's not like the girls that got rich doing OnlyFans are going to continue paying each other.
Well, I hope so. I mean, probably not. It's time to start OnlyFans, but then you can J-Bob. Where am I? Oh. Frankie, Beernomicron rules.
And then, me and my wife fell in love with each other in high school, but we didn't get together for 17 years after high school.
That's something I have to ask you.
But
what's the story with you and fuck, I forgot her name. I'm sorry, Alicia.
We went to high school together in Arnprior.
What's her name?
We both fell in love with each other. Alicia.
Yeah. Anyway, Alicia. So what was she like in high school, and what were you like, and what was like?
She was a quiet, nerdy girl, and I was the guy that was like the in between. I was considered the cool jock because I was captain of the wrestling team, captain of the football team. I was in the weight room all the time, but I was also a straight A student, and I fell in love with her. She fell in love with me. Neither of us said anything to each other because I was suffering my depression and everything else. Even then, I just wasn't showing it. And she knew I was the captain of the football team and the captain of the wrestling team. And she's like, he wouldn't be interested in me. And so we left. We lived our lives. We ended up in the same city to the point that she worked at the same place as my ex-wife. Because my ex-wife came home from work one day and goes, "Hey, I work with a girl from Arnprior." And I said, "Who?" And she told me, and I said, "I had the biggest crush on her in high school."
Was this back in Ottawa still? Or back in...
No, this is when we were living in Niagara.
Oh.
She was in Niagara as well. And so she was in Niagara, and she was working at the same job as my ex-wife. And my ex-wife told me this. And the best part was I always made fun of my ex-wife saying I'm going to trade you in for a younger
Oh,
model. And when she left me, I started dating Alicia. It took like 18 girls before I started dating Alicia. But I started dating Alicia, and no, I didn't date that. I'm worried that would have ended up with me having no kidneys, but because they were smoking hot and I was dead, right? Like it's not.
I don't know
it's not
exactly
something
that story, but
But yeah. So after they made fun of the 18 and 18, but I started dating Alicia in 2018. We've been together since then. She was the 18th and 18. But I had seen her on Plenty of Fish in 2017 when me and my wife first broke up, and I didn't send her a message. I saw her though, and I'm like, fuck, I was so in love with that girl. She's here still. And I didn't send her a message. And when I finally started talking to her and she found out, she's like, why didn't you send me a message then? I saw you on Plenty of Fish. And I'm like, why didn't you send me a message, bitch? It's 2017, you know, you can make the first fucking move. But yeah, so it's been great. We do have our ups and downs because we're both strong-headed, pig-headed people.
And she has her kids. You have your own.
Yeah, I'm Irish. She's Croatian, native, and French. And I mean, we have the bad tendencies from both of those, and we have the good tendencies from both of those. We work really well together, and it is what it is. But I mean, there's a certain person, and I'm not going to name them, but the reason I stopped talking to them was when I was with her. He came up to me and he was like, why would you be with her? She's fat. And I'm like, you know, people can lose weight. Yeah, people can lose weight. People can't change. People can't change whether or not they're assholes. And I stopped talking to him after that. And it bothered me a lot because, again, my weight went up and down. Like at one point, as you guys know, when I was with Christy, I was 300 pounds of nothing but fat. I had given up on life. And when I started dating her, I was 240 pounds and back in competition shape for the strongman and the Highland Games and everything. When at this point I'm 290, I know that I've put on 50 pounds that I have to try and get rid of. If I get down to 250, 260, I'm happy. But your weight can always go up and down. Everything you do changes. The person inside doesn't change. So to tell me that why are you with that girl? She's fat. Go fuck yourself. Like,
because the fucking smiles. When I was there, 2019, and then you officially I was there when you officially wanted to marry her, like at your beer fest.
Yeah,
and I was there when he did the picture and everything. I don't fucking care if people think if you're fat. The fucking smiles you two had. Fuck, man.
That was 18 years in the making for us. I mean, like I said,
whatever it says, if it's Lee or fucking Chris, I still respect those guys. I'm still friends with, but for fuck's sake, look at the fucking smile on your faces. Fuck, I don't care if she's done ranting. Sorry.
Yeah, no, like it was 18 years in the making when we ended up getting married, and it was something that should have happened probably a long time ago. But we both went our separate ways because we both had our mental issues and we both had things to work through. Who knows if it would have worked if we had gotten married then and there. But it's something now that I've been told that the only way out is death. She has told me there's no such thing as divorce in my family. I will murder you, motherfucker. So...
You sure she doesn't have Irish?
I think there's a little bit there. Anyway, I have to go, guys. It was great hanging out.
Well, was it not that's the top thing. I'm fucking hammered. Jesus, fuck.
Good night, everybody.
Red R, buddy. Fuck you. Hey, Phoenix Gee.